What's going on? And welcome to my Obi-Wan Kenobi review, where I will be reviewing the character, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the real character from real Star Wars. So let's jump right on into it. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, portrayed in the original trilogy by Sir Alec Guinness. And this guy brought a certain gravitas to the role that was needed to the, not just the role, but to the movie, to the eventual entire trilogy, something it desperately needed. Because don't forget that when George Lucas made this movie, it wasn't a typical movie for the late 70s. So he needed someone that would bring that gravitas, that would bring legitimacy to the movie. So you had Sir Alec Guinness and you had Peter Cushing. Both of them brought in, and it's like, hey, I know who that is, right? Because all the rest were relatively unknown. You had Harrison Ford, American Graffiti. What else? Not too much. Mark Hamill, brand new. Carrie Fisher, yeah, she's Hollywood royalty, nobility, whatever, but she really wasn't a household name at that point. So Sir Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he made the character. And it was in Campbellian myth, of course, the mentor role. And Guinness played that role to the T. Obi-Wan was never wavering in resolve, especially in that first movie in Star Wars, A New Hope, whatever you want to call it. He was confident in the hero's eventual success. He never really made a mistake, and I think that's very important for the mentor role. He kind of went back and forth with Han a few times, maybe let him win a couple of the arguments, but at the end of the day, even at the end in the final duel, lightsaber duel with Darth Vader, he lost, but he won, just as he told Vader he would. So that was very important for the mentor role in the Campbellian myth and the hero's journey that Lucas was telling. And all throughout that movie and the original trilogy, and quite frankly, in most of the expanded universe, Obi-Wan was Luke's rock. So even when he stopped appearing to him in spirit form through memories and stuff like that, he was still guiding Luke for many, many years, all the way into the New Jedi Order and beyond. So that's pretty awesome. And let's see what else I have here. And then Ewan McGregor. Let's go back after the original trilogy. The prequels came out. Ewan McGregor came in, right? And it's almost like he was born for the role. It's like, this is what young Obi-Wan was. Not like, well, it'll pass. No, this is exactly how he should have been. And I think of all the stuff that's in the prequel trilogy, I think Ewan's performance and that character is probably the best. And maybe the LAT, the LAAT, the helicopter style ships that the clones used, that was pretty awesome too. But no, he came into this role almost born to play it, and great work all throughout the trilogy. He seemed like Obi-Wan, like this is him. Dignifying, of course, but also aggressive, younger in age. This wasn't the older gentleman that we saw in A New Hope. This was the younger, maybe a little bit more wild Obi-Wan Kenobi in his prime. So great stuff. And not only that, but just like Sir Alec Guinness, I think Ewan McGregor brought a credibility to the prequels that was needed. In the same way, like I said, that Guinness did. Because you had Liam Neeson there for one movie. Yeah, great job, great character, all that stuff. But everyone else was kind of in and out. Portman's performance was what it was. The character was kind of, really serious and emotionless for the most part. But you had Ewan McGregor there as Obi-Wan Kenobi, all three films, and he was really the hero of that trilogy. And fantastic job he did in that, and expanding the character and helping us understand more about Obi-Wan Kenobi. So great, fantastic job there. And then in that era, you had Matt Stover's Revenge of the Sith novelization. Fantastic book. Did a podcast on it a couple months back with OG Star Wars. Go out there and find it and listen to it. Great, great podcast if I do say so myself. But Stover did a great job of showing just how powerful Obi-Wan was. I mean, he was up there. Like in the duel with General Grievous, the way that that's written, it shows just how powerful he was fighting those 4 spinning lightsabers and stuff. Just the way it was written is amazing. And in a couple of other scenes too, it really shows what was going on inside the head of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And a lot of other books. I'll put a list at the end of this, and you can go through them and read them and learn about real Obi-Wan. But Dark Lord, lots of interesting stuff toward the end is revealed. You've got, of course, the Kenobi novel. The novelizations of the original trilogy go into a lot of stuff. So there's so much out there to learn more, but that Revenge of the Sith novelization is the place to start. Now let's go on to some of the negative here. From a character standpoint, I don't like that he lied. And he did lie. I don't want any bullshit excuses about certain points of view. That's a postmodernist approach to the truth. Because he lied straight up to Luke. No doubt about it. Now, I understand that he was lying for a reason. It was a white lie and all that stuff because he was trying to train Luke and push him in the right direction for the sake of the galaxy. I get that. But at the end of the day, the truth remains supreme in my personal philosophy. Anytime you lie, it doesn't have a good ending. And, maybe things could have gone a lot more smoothly if he had been truthful with Luke from the beginning. Don't know. It's Lucas's story. That's the way he wrote it. But yeah, it's really hard to respect someone who lies to you and then later says, well, I was lying, but, here's how I'm going to rationalize it. No, get out of here with that stuff. But beyond that, very dignifying character with lots of gravitas and all that stuff. All the performers who have portrayed him, even the guy on the radio dramatization, I did a short on him a couple of months ago. Good stuff. So everyone who's portrayed Obi-Wan has been awesome. And that character, you just look at it and say, this is Star Wars. The best Kenner figure that I have in terms of shape from childhood is Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I took care of the figure because I had so much respect for the character. And that sounds cheesy, but it is the truth. But yeah, arguably one of the top 3 most important characters in the entire 6-film saga. Think about that. One of the top 3 most important characters. He's in all 6 of them. That character is in all 6 of the films in one shape or another, in one form or another. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll put a list here at the end of books, comics, and other stuff that you should pick up and read about Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's my review of Obi-Wan Kenobi, not on Disney Plus.